Hi everyone. In today's presentation I will be presenting an overview of the Constructivism theory, emphasizing on its relevance to learning in the classroom. I will be discussing my beliefs about the learner and teacher, as well as what Constructivism says about the learner and teacher. I will present an overview. We will discuss the strengths and limitations of Constructivism, as well as my personal values of this theory in the classroom. So my personal belief aligns with that of the Constructivism belief. I believe that learning is a process that leads to change and occurs as a result of experience. I believe that learning is something students do to themselves rather than something that is done to them. I believe it is a student-centered approach that focuses on metacognition, making it easier to achieve higher order thinking. I believe in catering for different needs and different learning styles and giving plenty of opportunities for students to learn and understand their learning style. And I believe in developing skills for life beyond the curriculum. So the constructivist learning theory is a holistic, learner-centered approach emphasizing on students. In this theory, students construct their own learning. They build on what they already know and their prior experiences, their prior knowledge. Example, when we encounter something new, we reconcile it with our existing ideas, our existing knowledge. We either change what we believe or we discard the new information as irrelevant. And Bloom's taxonomy is here, which assists educators and teachers in finding a way of teaching which subsequently affects the students' learning. So it is a great approach, a great tool that many teachers use. Constructivism has two major learning theories. Number one, psychological constructivism, which is a foundation of Jean Piaget's theory of cognitive development. Psychological constructivism focuses on individual learners and how they construct their own knowledge. It also acknowledges the social environment in a student's learning. Number two, social constructivism. This emphasizes the role of social and cultural factors in shaping learning. It rejects the belief that knowledge lies solely within the individual and draws heavily on Lev Vygotsky's belief of social processes. The strengths of constructivism. So it is learner-centered, which the learners are constructors of their own learning, which encourages higher level thinking. Learners work together, so the continuous collaboration encourages students to share ideas and learn from one another, and allows for feedback to be given between the students, which builds teamwork skills. Learners develop expertise, whereby novices are guided by expert teachers who provide scaffolding, and in this instance the teachers are not instructors but rather are facilitators who help scaffold and guide the students through their learning process. Limitations. Since it is a learner-centered approach, it is self-directed, which limits learners to constructing their own knowledge. It may take time to develop these skills. It can be difficult to develop authentic tasks, which cater for the different learning abilities. The group work and social learning may not work well for all students. Some students may find this frustrating if they are not confident or if they have not had experience in this type of learning approach before, where they need to find their own information and dig for things on their own. Learners need to have a higher level of self-management to be able to find their own information, which just builds up on the previous point. The theory in practice. In my opinion, my role as a teacher is to facilitate student learning and help them develop knowledge, skills and attitudes. As seen in the image, as teachers we see the product of student learning only, and in order to assist students we need to support their process of learning. We need to learn more about their knowledge and their skills and their abilities in order to help them process their learning. which is not always visible as the product is. Constructivism emphasizes group work and social learning. As a facilitator, I recognize that students may require explicit or a direct learning approach such as that of behaviorism, where it is more individualistic and offers valuable guidance to the learning of essential lower order skills. Through applying this theory in my classroom, I will provide sufficient scaffolding to enable conversations between myself and students, such as asking questions and offering feedback that will also help the metacognitive process. To conclude, the constructivist learning theory provides a structure of learning that I believe in. I would adopt these learner-centered approaches to my classroom practice, focusing on the strengths of this theory. This learning approach puts learners in the center of the teaching and learning process, where teachers can foster students' individual strengths. Thank you for listening to today's presentation. I will provide a full list of references with the document attached. Thank you.